Well, hello everyone. My name is Lynnette Stevens, and I hope that the idea that I share with you guys today will encourage you to be creative and to create a cozy home. I am working on decorating our home for Christmas so that I can start sharing some ideas with you guys. And one of the things that I'm doing this year is I am making some of our Christmas decor. I don't know if you caught my live last night, but last night I used empty just vegetable cans, fruit cans, to make some little farmhouse style trees that I'm gonna use probably on my dining room table. And now I'm getting ready to start making trees that are gonna end up going on our mantle this year. So hi Clarice, I'm so glad you could join me, dear. So I thought, well, if I'm gonna be doing this anyway, I may as well do it with you guys so that you can see some of the trees that I'm gonna be making. But before we get started with my rustic tree idea, hi Lori, my sweet friends, I appreciate you guys. Before we get started, I'm gonna do a little quick giveaway here. So over in my paid group last night, we did a couple of things. We did a fancy little painting on a big Christmas ornament, and then I showed the gals another little technique using just this little square piece of wood, and I've decided to turn it into what looks like a little Christmas present door hanging, and I decided that I'd like to give this away to one of you. So I did a little drawing this morning, and my sweet friend Connie Terry is the winner of the little door hanging. And the way that Connie won this, you guys, is that she told her friends, sprinkled my video from last night, and she does that a lot for me, so I really appreciate her. So if you guys would like to be in the running for the next little giveaway I have, make sure that you spread the love for me and tell all your family and friends about this video, and then I'll do another drawing in a couple of days and give something else away. So Connie, thank you. I appreciate you, dear. Let's see, Penny and Carolyn, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I'm gonna stand this up. All right, I was afraid it was too tall. You guys can see it. So I had Mr. Stevens make me this really rustic looking tree this morning, just out of old gray wood, and I am going to paint it first. And guys, I'm just using, let me pull it over where you guys can see. You guys all know that I do the DIY workshops, which means that I have most of my paint is in gallon size or quart size cans, and this is just regular, I'll turn it around so you guys can see, just regular old latex household paint. And this is actually just the color place paint from Walmart. For things like crafting, I wouldn't, just being honest, probably wouldn't put this on my wall necessarily if I wanted it to last for a long time, but for crafting, this is perfect. And I get asked all the time, I use a satin finish, guys. If you do a flat finish, because I like to antique using wood stain to create kind of a vintage look on my wood pieces. And if you use a flat paint, it completely changes the color of your paint. And even over a white, if your paint is flat and you stain over that, you're gonna end up with something that's more brown instead of white and distressed. So if you like the look of the things that you see in my home and things I share, make sure you always get at least a satin finish. I've even been known to use a semi-gloss, and that's about it. I don't do glossy because I don't like that real shiny look. But anyway, I'm just getting a little bit of paint on my brush here, and then I'm just gonna dry brush my tree because I still wanna see some of the gray, okay? So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a dry brush on here so we can keep it a little bit vintage looking. And this is kind of the style that I'm going for. And then we're gonna add some embellishments when I get done, okay? I appreciate you guys joining me. Really appreciate it. I know this is kind of a weird time of the day for me to be going live, and for those of you that are working right now and having to catch me on the replay, I apologize, but I am really trying to knock out some of my Christmas decor that I want to make. So I need to get this done now so that I can continue my decorating, and I just didn't want to make this and not share with you guys how I'm doing it, okay? Because this is something you may decide that you want to recreate for your home. So here we are in the middle of the day. And honestly, guys, I'm probably gonna be doing that a lot. I told you guys last week that I was gonna try to go live every day, and well, my week didn't go as planned, and that didn't happen. So I feel like I've got some catch up to do because I have so many ideas for you. So I'm probably gonna be going live for the next couple of 2 or 3 weeks. I'll probably be going live maybe twice a day, at least Monday through Friday, so that we can get these in. So you just never know what time I'm gonna be popping up for the next couple of weeks. But don't panic. If you're at work, you guys do the right thing, get your work done, and then you catch the replay tonight. So, and then you can just let me know that you caught the replay if you want in the comments. So get your work done. I don't want to get you in trouble. So, okay. And guys, I'm just dry brushing. You see what I'm doing? I'm just dry brushing my edges a little bit too. So, Lori, are you talking about the ornaments and the little square board I did last night that I turned into a present? Did you like those? I thought they turned out pretty cute. So if that's what you're talking about, girl, that just makes my heart happy. That you're happy with how those turned out. So thank you so much. Hi to Jeannie and Kyla and Francis. I appreciate you gals joining me. All right, girls, I gotta be honest with you. I had it in my head, here's my sandpaper to prove it, I was gonna sand my edges and then stain over the whole thing with my little fruitwood colored wood stain. And I gotta be honest with you, and I don't know if you guys can tell it in the video, but I'm really loving how it looks right now. I don't know that I'm gonna do that. So I think I'm gonna leave it and see how our white is kind of prominent on those edges, the way it turned out. I think I like that. So guess what? We just saved ourselves some sanding and staining because I'm not gonna change a thing. I like it just like it is. And you guys, that's one of the things. Anytime you can use weathered wood to make your piece, even if it's gonna end up being a painted piece like my tree, if you can have weathered wood to begin with, a lot of times you don't need to do the antiquing that you see me do a lot because it already turns out looking great. Now, I get asked all the time, well, I don't have access to weathered wood, so what's a good thing for me to use? Well, go to the store and buy brand new pieces of wood, and I'm gonna tell you guys, for things like this tree, the little single fence pickets like you would use on your stockade fence, they're perfect for building things like this. So what you do is you just stain your boards before you start painting them. So if you stain your board, especially if you use like a weathered oak or a gray, you're gonna get the same look I started with. Then you can just do your painting over the top and not have to sand and stain over it or whatever if you want this exact look. So that's a way that you can get it that way. So Robin, Clarice, do you guys agree with me? Glenda, I love it just like this. We're stopping. So, and girls, here's the other thing. If you do the dry brushing like you just saw me do, your piece dries pretty fast because it's not, doesn't have a lot of paint on it anyway. So I think that it's actually dry enough for me to start the embellishing. And here's what I'm doing. I'm going for a really simple look on this, you guys. I don't want this fussy. I want it super simple, easy peasy. So what we're gonna do, Robin, thank you. I appreciate you, girl. So what we're gonna do is I've got this metal ribbon, and it's actually called metal ribbon. I bought this at Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago, and I haven't looked to see if they have it this year. I'm guessing they probably do because Hobby Lobby does a really good job of carrying the same thing year after year, especially if it was something that was popular, and I know this was a couple of years ago. So, and it's actual metal, guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some strips of this across my tree to give it a little something something, but we're not gonna get carried away with it. Maybe 2-3 pieces at the most, and we're gonna call that good, okay? So here's what I'm gonna do, and you guys, if you wanna do the metal ribbon thing like you see me do right now, Beth, thank you so much. See, Larry's got my little stand back here that he did for me. I'm gonna slide that off the edge of my kitchen island because if you're gonna because I'm actually gonna nail this metal ribbon on. So if you can have your piece that you're nailing into, the wood piece, if you can have that flat against a hard surface like my island top, it's gonna help you because when you start the nailing process, I don't wanna knock off my little stands on the back side that help the tree stand up. So I'm just gonna look here for a second, and I'm going to fold this down, kind of make a crease right there, so that I'm gonna know where to cut this. And guys, listen, it's not gonna matter if it's perfect or not, but I'm just using wire cutters, and you guys saw what I did. I just kind of folded this down so I know where to cut, and then I'm cutting just inside the fold so that it's not too long for my tree, because I want it to sit kind of on the top of my tree, okay? So, let's see. I'm hoping these wire cutters are strong enough to cut this. I didn't try that before I went live. So let me see if we can get this cut. Let me try fold. Maybe if I just bend it back and forth after yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, so what I did, guys, because my wire cutters weren't quite strong enough, because these are just small ones, I just made 2 cuts, and then I just bent back and forth on those cuts, okay, until it broke. So you guys can do the exact same thing, all right? So now, see here where I want that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these little carpet tacks, you guys. And because my board's a little thicker, the length on these are 5/8, and you can get these in different lengths, but we had 3/8 and 5/8, and I thought the little bit longer one would help us maybe a little bit more. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna come over here to the edge. First off, what I'm gonna do is I use needle nose pliers, okay? And I'm just gonna grab my carpet tack with my needle nose pliers. You guys see that? Just gonna hang on to it because I don't really wanna smash my finger when we do this, okay? So, let me see here how I have that. All right, I'm just coming out here kind of to the edge, you guys. All right, goodness, this guy didn't wanna cooperate. Okay, I'm just gonna come out here near the edge. Turn this guy around like that, okay? And once it gets started, I take my needle nose out, and then I'm gonna hit this hard. Okay, and guys, you don't have to do this. You could probably glue this down and sit something heavy on it, but I like the look that it looks like it's nailed on, so that's what I'm going for. You guys don't have to nail it, okay? This is just the way I like it, because I think it adds to the rusticness. Okay, so again, I'm gonna use my needle nose here to hold my tack for me. Well, maybe. To hold my tack for me, we'll get this, guys. I'm just gonna do it like this. All right. Okay, and guys, this is a little harder than if I just glued it, but I think the end result is gonna be totally worth it, because I love just that look. It adds even another little rustic touch to our tree if you see these little carpet tack nail heads. So I really, really like that look. So let me turn my tree around here. I don't want to end up hammering my tree off into the floor and then hitting my bare toes, because guess what? I have flip-flops on. And then I might say some words that I shouldn't be saying on live. We don't want that. So I don't think Jesus would be real happy with me if I said those kind of words on a live. So I'm gonna turn this around because I really don't want to drop this on my toes. All right, guys, here we go again. Well, all right, here we go. One down and 1 or 2 more to go. So we're gonna look and see how many pieces we think it needs. And I'll be honest with you guys, I had it originally in my head that I was gonna run them all 3 the same direction, but to be honest with you, I think I kinda like it going, let's see if I can turn it around this way. I think I like it kinda going different, a little bit here and there, kinda hodgepodge looking. So guess what? I think we're gonna go with it just like that, so that it doesn't look as perfect, and then we'll put this one more piece up at the top, okay? So again, I'm just going to bend my metal ribbon so I'll know where to cut it. And remember, I'm going just inside that line there, okay? Guess I should have got the bigger wire cutters, so next time I work with this metal ribbon, because I also have this in a dark red that we'll probably do something fun with in the next couple of weeks. And before we do that, I'll make sure that I get the bigger wire cutters. But that works in a pinch, so if that were to happen to you guys, at least you would know what to do too, okay? So let's look here. We had it about like that. Okay, I think, bear with me here for a second, girls. I can't remember exactly where I had it. I'm gonna call it right in there. I think that right there will work fine, and then I can just bend that edge down a little bit. Okay, so what do you guys think? Let me set my sweet. Okay, Robin, you catch me later, dear. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with me that even though it's a little more work to put this on with these carpet tacks, do you guys feel like it's worth it? I mean, am I the only one that thinks that these carpet tacks and the nail heads add to our rusticness? And if you make these, would you go through this trouble, or are you just gonna be gluing on your metal ribbon? I'm curious, I wanna hear from you guys, what y'all think. So tell me what you would do. Well, that guy doesn't wanna go down, guys. Bear with me here a second, we'll get it. Let me make sure, oh, must have hit a knot in the wood or hit the metal just wrong, because we bent our nail. That could be a problem. Let's try that again. Let me see if I can get that to stand up on its own. Probably not. All right, guys. And like I said, this is a little bit more trouble, but I think it's going to be worth it. All right, there we go. I know that's loud. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But hopefully it's going to be worth it. All right, so now let's get another guy in over here. I think we might want to put, trying to see, I think I'm just going to put one right in here. We may not have one out on the end on this guy, or I can go and add those later so you guys don't have to listen to all this hammering, because that's loud. Loud. That one is much easier. Okay, and now I think we'll put one more little piece and we'll have our tree finished off, because I think one more would look pretty cute. So yeah, let's put one more. Okay, I'm gonna put a crease in here with my wire cutters, and then the same thing on the other side. So maybe we can get it to break for us again. Hopefully. Oh, it's breaking. It's just kind of slow, but it's getting there, girls. Give me just a minute here. All right, we got it. Okay, so now let's grab another carpet tack. And guys, we're almost done with this. And I think it's gonna be super cute up on our mantle. Let's see. I think we're just gonna go kind of right there with it. So I'm very, very excited about this. All right, here we go. 2 more nails and y'all don't have to listen to that loud noise anymore, okay? Whoops, that didn't work. Let's try that again, girls. Maybe I'm not holding that tight. Well, that one's got a blunt end. Sometimes these carpet tacks, and I did forget to check for that, sometimes their ends aren't perfect. If you guys have worked with them before, you know what I'm talking about. They almost have like a blunt end on them. So before if you use these, just make sure that the end isn't blunt. See, that's 10 times better, because the blunt end doesn't want to go into your wood near as easy as if you make sure you start with a sharp end to begin with. So let's go again here and see if we have better luck with this guy. All right, let's hold this guy here where we want him. Yeah, makes it a lot better. So just make sure you've got a good end on your carpet tack or nail, whatever kind that you decide to use. So I literally am gonna go with my tree just like this. Although it might be cute if I have a star, And I think I do have a little galvanized star back there. So if I decide to add that, I'll take a picture and post it for you guys in the comments here, and then maybe just another one on my page so that you can see it. But literally, you saw how fast this was. Super easy tree to make. So I hope it encourages you guys and gets you thinking, especially if you have access to old wood, what you can make out of these. And just so you guys know, Larry cut the shape out with the jigsaw. So I know some of you are probably gonna ask, and he just used a jigsaw to cut the tree shape, okay? And I told him I purposely didn't want it perfect. That's why there's a little, as I call them, a wooker, I don't know, a little wooker right here, because I didn't want it looking perfect. So I'm pretty happy with my little cheap tree. I think it's gonna be adorable up on our mantle. So I'm excited to get started. Cheryl, do you like it? Yeah, I think a star too. I think this guy's gonna have to have a star, and I am positive. I think I have a galvanized one back there. So I think I may add that to this guy. I think he'd be pretty cute with it. So anyway, I hope this encourages you guys and shows you, just by using trash wood you have laying around, and the cute little Christmas decor that you can create from it. So my plan is, I've got 2 more trees that Mr. Stevens made for me this morning, and I'm hoping to work on those later today as well. So hopefully I'll be back with you guys after a while, and we'll work on those 2 trees. They're gonna be done a little bit different, so I've gotta get all of my supplies and material together for those. But I hope to be back with that after a while. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining me. Have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.